Good day, and thank you for joining me. My name is Kat DeBuyser, and I am the creator of Wise Turtle Oracle. I receive messages of inspiration for spiritual growth from my guides. I share those messages with you so that they may provide you support as you walk along the spiritual path to your higher self. If this is your first time joining me, thank you so much for stopping by. If you have enjoyed previous messages, welcome back. I hope you enjoy the message, and please drop me a note in the comments. Please feel free to like and subscribe to this page and join our community. Today's message talks about some of the consequences to be aware of with our immense growth. Here is the message. How does our growth impact the perception to others that we are willing to follow the rules? Do people see us as good soldiers? We are people who by and large follow the rules. And we think that for the most part, we are autonomous, that we are sovereign, that we are self-governing, that even when we pick and choose what rules to follow, there is a justification for the rules that are not picked. Because again, we are the ones who are in complete control and have the ultimate say about what we do and who we are. There are times when we get rebellious. That does not only have to apply to just our teenage years. Maybe it is at work, and we do not agree with the policy or the way things are done. Maybe it is in a relationship that is going through a difficult time. Maybe it is with ourselves. Maybe we are just fed up with ourselves and need a complete overhaul. So what does that rebellion look like for us? Do we internalize and then we become a bit passive-aggressive? Do we raise our voice and really share our displeasure and position with others? Are we self-destructive? How does our stance impact our relationship with others? So often we are just talking about ourselves and our growth and reaching our own goals. Of course, all that is the focus. But what about others that are left in our wake? As we begin to change, we can find that we have more or less tolerance for those things that we don't agree with. It can be like policy or others' behavior or our own behavior. How does our ever-changing, ever-evolving self work through the rebellion that we may exhibit? And what does that do to the others around us? This is a caution that even though we think we are not negatively impacting those around us with our growth, that may not likely be the case. That which we are fighting for or vocal against can be seen as rebellion. Even with all of our growth, people around us can see that changing may be in a negative way. They can view us as a bit rebellious because they not have started their path maybe. And maybe we become more confident in our own power. They may see us as being pushy and that we are more likely not to follow the rules. If we are in relationships with these people, and these relationships are ones we want to continue, it may be hard to maintain balance and harmony. Because even though we are coming from a place of love and positive energy, they may not understand our new language. They may not understand our new position on topics. They cannot associate or appreciate our growth. Maybe there becomes such a chasm between where they are and where we are. It creates unsettled energy that can fester. We would like to believe that because we are coming from a place of growth and love, that the people around us will be positively impacted. That even though they don't understand what we say, or maybe who we have become, our energy and our growth will rub off on them in a positive way. That may not always be the case, and we need to be aware of that. They may get fed up with the way we speak because they don't understand. Maybe they view us as becoming too soft and gentle. Maybe it is a huge shift from who we were. Maybe they tire of our constant changing because they are not. And they do not want to come along and grow with us. They may view our hard work as becoming self-absorbed. They may feel that we are doing nothing but self-growth work and that we don't have time for them. They may not even like or be comfortable with the person that they see in front of them because it is so different from the one they knew. Maybe they are not super crazy about the people that we gather with or associate with, as we find people who we can work together with on our common spiritual journey. It could be that we are diving in so deep that we are becoming exclusive, and we are unconsciously shutting people out. We need to be aware that when we try to bring other people along and have them understand who we are now and where we are now, that they may not want to know. Ultimately, that will create quite a divide that could negatively impact our relationships with people who are near to us. We have to be mindful of how we communicate our growth and all the changing that we have undergone. Maybe it needs to be a conversation we have with those around us. Or it could be that we just stay silent, and the energy that we are creating will be enough to have everyone around us change as well. We need to address that for ourselves so that we do not lose the people that are close to us through our journey unnecessarily. There may be relationships that fall away, and there will be very good reasons why they will, and we should not prevent that from happening. But there may be integral relationships in our life that we don't want to lose. We should ensure that we are having communication strategies in place to prevent those from being negatively impacted. I hope this message provides you inspiration on your own personal journey. Thank you again for joining me today. My contact information is in the description box below. I look forward to hearing from you. Please stop back to listen to other messages of inspiration. Bye for now.